Loaded walks aren't just some old school strongman move. They're one of the few exercises that can completely transform how your body looks and feels. Most people only expect one thing from this exercise, but I'm going to show you what really happens to your body when you start doing it consistently. The first thing that changes, your posture. This one may surprise you, but you're going to want to hear why fixing your posture matters more than almost anything else you can do for your body. It's not just about looking confident. Studies show that poor posture is directly linked to chronic pain, breathing problems, and even digestive issues. Better posture often means less pain, better function, and a healthier spine as you age. Have you ever noticed the slumped over shoulder posture that most people walk around with? Ever seen someone who moves like they're being dragged forward by life? Rounded shoulders, forward neck, collapsed chest. That's not just bad posture. That's years of weak upper back muscles and neglected stabilizers catching up with them. Loaded walks reverse that. To perform them correctly, your shoulders have to stay packed down and back like you're trying to pinch a pencil between your shoulder blades. That constant tension retrains your upper back muscles, especially the traps and rhomboids, to keep your posture upright and strong. Your rotator cuff muscles also get in on the action, stabilizing your shoulder joint with every step. This builds real resilience in an area that breaks down fast if neglected. If you've ever had shoulder pain or dealt with that nagging ache between your shoulder blades, this exercise becomes free physical therapy disguised as strength training. After a few weeks, you'll catch yourself standing taller, walking smoother, and pulling your shoulders back without thinking about it. People might even start commenting that you look more confident, and they won't realize it's just because your posture fixed itself. And once your posture starts cleaning itself up on autopilot, something else clicks into place. Your core starts firing in a whole new way. Forget crunches and planks, loaded walks build the kind of core that protects your spine, keeps you stable, and makes daily movement feel solid and pain-free. Why? Because the moment you pick up those weights and walk, your body wants to twist, lean, and wobble. Your deep core muscles like the transverse abdominis have to engage to keep everything locked in. These aren't six-pack muscles. These are the muscles that keep your back safe when you lift your kid, twist to grab something off a high shelf, or even sneeze violently in public. We've all been there. It also activates the muscles most people never think about, like the ones deep in your core that support your spine and help you breathe better under stress. This isn't about bracing like a powerlifter, it's about building natural stability you'll feel every time you move. Your lower back pain that's been bothering you for months, there's a good chance it starts improving because your core is finally doing its job of protecting your spine. Now, before we move on to the third benefit, I want to address something important. If you're dealing with chronic back pain, stiff joints, or you feel like your body just doesn't move the way it used to, you're not alone. Most people think they just have to live with these problems as they get older. But what if I told you there's a simple, step-by-step system that can help you move pain-free again? I created Reboot Your Body specifically for people struggling with these exact issues. It's a 30-day program designed to restore the movement and strength you've lost, so you can play with your kids or grandkids, get through your day without constant aching, and feel confident in your body again. The link is in the description below if you want to check it out. But anyways, the third benefit is something everybody is chasing after in the gym: real, lasting muscle growth. At first, it doesn't seem like much. You're just walking, right? But give it a few days, and your muscles will let you know exactly how much work just happened. The best part? It's the kind of soreness that tells you something real is changing. It's deceptively simple, but it activates almost every key muscle group: forearms, traps, lats, legs, glutes, and the entire core. The loaded walk works out the muscles that make you look good. Your traps will develop that thick, powerful look. Your forearms will get visibly bigger and more defined. Your legs and glutes will build the kind of functional strength that shows. And because it's so scalable, you can load it heavy for pure strength, go lighter for distance and conditioning, or add variations like single arm carries to challenge the obliques and stabilizers even more. You can do overhead carries to build shoulder stability and core strength. You can do rack position carries where you hold kettlebells or dumbbells at shoulder height. Each variation hits your body slightly differently, but they all build functional, real-world strength. In just a minute, I'm going to show you the top 3 common mistakes you'll want to avoid to get the most out of this exercise. But first, I want to touch on something important that most people don't realize about loaded walks. The loaded walk exercise is like built-in cardio that doesn't suck the soul out of you. They spike your heart rate, challenge your lungs, and keep your muscles under tension all at once. This combo turns your body into a fat-burning furnace. You're not jogging, jumping, or gasping on a Stairmaster. You're just walking with weights, but your heart doesn't care. It's working overtime. Your body has to fuel the muscle engagement, the balance, the core activation, all of it. This is metabolic conditioning at its finest. And because it builds strength and burns fat at the same time, it's one of the most efficient tools you can use, especially if you're short on time. You can knock out a killer workout in 15 to 20 minutes with nothing but a pair of dumbbells or kettlebells and some open space. No treadmill, no fancy machines, no complicated workout plan. Just pick up heavy things and walk. Your balance and coordination get a big enhancement from loaded carries. Carrying weight challenges your proprioception. That's your body's ability to sense its position in space. Every step forces you to stabilize, adjust, and stay upright under pressure. Your balance and coordination naturally carries over into so many other activities we do in our daily lives. This trains your nervous system to be more aware, responsive, and balanced. Your ankles, knees, hips, and core are constantly communicating, fine-tuning your coordination with every step. Over time, this adds up to fewer missteps, better balance on uneven surfaces, and a body that reacts quicker when you need it to. This becomes incredibly important as we age, when falls and loss of balance become serious health risks. There's something about carrying heavy weight that makes the world go quiet. You're not thinking about your to-do list. You're not checking your phone, you're locked in, breathing, bracing, step by step. Loaded walks demand presence. You can't check out or slack off. And when your forearms are burning, your traps are on fire, and your mind is screaming to drop the weight, but you keep going anyway, that's grit. That's mental resilience that carries over to everything else in life. This isn't just physical training, it's mindset training. And this might be my favorite benefit from the list. Loaded walks teach you how to stay calm under pressure, how to push through discomfort, how to keep moving when everything in your body says stop. And once you build that muscle between your ears, nothing else feels quite as hard. You develop a different relationship with suffering. You learn that you can handle more than you think. That mental toughness shows up when you're pushing through a tough project at work, dealing with a stressful situation at home, or just grinding through a difficult day. The beauty of loaded carries is they're brutally honest. You can't fake your way through them. Either you can hold the weight and walk the distance, or you can't. There's no momentum to help you, no bouncing or cheating. It's just you, the weight, and your ability to tolerate discomfort. This builds character in a way that most modern exercises simply don't. And finally, your grip strength. This benefit is so important, I saved it for last. You'll be surprised how quickly your hands wake up, even with just a pair of moderately heavy dumbbells and short walks. It doesn't have to be extreme to be effective. This is one of the easiest ways to build grip strength without overcomplicating anything. But here's why grip strength matters so much. Studies show grip strength is directly linked to longevity. It's one of the strongest indicators of overall health as you age. A stronger grip often means better cardiovascular function, lower risk of heart disease, and less chance of injury. So yeah, this simple exercise might literally add years to your life. Loaded walks. Light up your forearms, wrists, fingers, and all the little stabilizers that help you actually hold on to things in life. You know that person who carries all 12 grocery bags in one trip? That's loaded carry energy. Within a few weeks, you'll notice your grip getting noticeably stronger in everyday activities. Opening jars becomes effortless. Carrying heavy bags doesn't bother you. Your handshake becomes firmer. A few common mistakes can take away from the benefits of the loaded walk, but they're easy to fix once you know what to look for. So here are the top 3 mistakes people make. First, avoid letting your shoulders roll forward. This puts unnecessary stress on your joints and ruins your posture. Instead, pull them back and down, keeping a tall chest like you're walking with confidence. Think about creating space between your ears and your shoulders. This keeps your upper back engaged and protects your shoulder joints from wear and tear. Another issue is speed walking through the movement. It's not about racing to the finish line, it's about controlled, intentional steps. The more deliberate your pace, the more your muscles stay engaged. That one is honestly one of the most common mistakes that I need to remind myself of sometimes. When you start rushing, you lose tension in your core. Your posture starts breaking down, and you're not getting nearly as much benefit from the exercise. And third, don't forget about your core. Letting your belly hang loose means missing out on one of the biggest benefits. Brace your core like someone's about to give you a friendly punch. It's your natural weight belt and keeps your spine protected the whole time. This is especially important if you're carrying heavier weights. Without proper core engagement, you're asking for lower back problems. Now you're probably wondering, all right, all this sounds good, but how long and how many times should I be doing this for? Don't worry, I got you covered. If you're just starting out, aim for 2 to 3 sets of 30 to 45 seconds each, using a moderate weight. something you can carry but still challenges your grip. Make sure to rest for about 60 seconds between each set to maintain good form. Your forearms will probably give out before your legs do at first, and that's completely normal. As your grip strength improves, you'll be able to go longer and heavier. Once you feel more comfortable, you can bump things up to 3 or 4 sets of 1 minute or even more. Go a little heavier with the weight and reduce your rest time slightly to around 45 seconds between sets. This keeps the intensity up while still letting you recover enough to perform well. You can also start experimenting with different variations to keep things interesting and challenge your body in new ways. Let me give you some specific variations you can try once you've mastered the basic farmer's walk. The suitcase carry is where you hold weight in just one hand, which forces your obliques and core stabilizers to work overtime to keep you from leaning to one side. This is fantastic for building anti-lateral flexion strength, which basically means your ability to resist side bending. Walk for 30 to 45 seconds on one side, rest, then switch to the other side. The overhead carry is where you press a weight overhead with one or both arms. And walk. This builds incredible shoulder stability and core strength. Your entire body has to work to keep that weight stable overhead while you're moving. Start light with this one because it's significantly harder than it looks. Even a 20 or 25-pound dumbbell overhead will challenge you if you're not used to it. The rack carry is where you hold kettlebells or dumbbells at shoulder height and walk. This hammers your upper back, shoulders, and core while also challenging your breathing because the weight is sitting on your chest. It's like doing a standing plank while walking. This variation is excellent for building the kind of core and upper back strength that translates directly to better performance in exercises like squats and deadlifts. The waiter carry is similar to the overhead carry, but you hold the weight with your arm fully extended and your palm facing up, like you're carrying a tray. This variation is incredible for shoulder health and stability. It forces the small stabilizer muscles in your rotator cuff to work hard to keep that weight balanced. You can also try mixed carries where you hold different weights in each hand or different positions. For example, you could hold a heavy dumbbell in a suitcase position on one side and a lighter weight overhead on the other side. This creates an asymmetrical load that your core has to work extra hard to stabilize. These mixed carries are some of the most challenging variations you can do. Another advanced option is the loaded carry medley, where you do several different carry variations back to back with minimal rest. You might do a farmer's walk for 40 seconds, immediately transition to an overhead carry for 30 seconds, then finish with a rack carry for 20 seconds. This type of training absolutely destroys your conditioning, while building functional strength at the same time. The key with all these variations is to maintain perfect posture and core engagement throughout. If your form starts breaking down, the weight is too heavy, or you need more rest, there's no shame in scaling back. Better to do it right with lighter weight than to do it wrong with heavy weight and end up injured. Let me talk about some of the long-term benefits you'll notice from doing loaded carries consistently over months and years. Your everyday functional strength improves dramatically. Carrying groceries, moving furniture, picking up your kids, all of these real-world tasks become significantly easier because you've built the exact type of strength they require. You're not just strong in a gym setting with perfect conditions. You're strong in chaotic, real-life situations. Your injury prevention gets a massive boost. By strengthening all the stabilizer muscles throughout your body, you're creating a natural armor against injury. Your shoulders, spine, hips, and knees all become more resilient because the muscles supporting them are strong and coordinated. This is especially important as we get older, when recovery from injury takes longer and the consequences are more serious. Your posture continues to improve over time. As your upper back gets stronger and your core becomes more stable, good posture becomes your default position instead of something you have to consciously maintain. You'll notice you naturally stand taller, sit with better alignment, and move with more confidence. This doesn't just make you look better, it reduces chronic pain in your neck, shoulders, and lower back. Your bone density improves. Loaded carries are a weight-bearing exercise that signals your body to keep your bones strong and dense. This is crucial for preventing osteoporosis and maintaining skeletal health as you age. The mechanical stress you put on your bones during loaded carries literally makes them stronger and more resistant to fractures. Your cardiovascular health benefits in ways that steady-state cardio alone can't match. The combination of strength work and cardiovascular demand creates a unique training stimulus that improves your heart health, lung capacity, and overall work capacity. You'll notice you can handle physical demands in your daily life without getting winded or exhausted. One thing I love about loaded carries is how they build what I call life-proof fitness. This isn't fitness for the sake of looking good in the mirror, though that's a nice side effect. This is fitness that makes your actual life easier and more enjoyable. You become the person everyone calls when they need help moving. You can play with your kids or grandkids without worrying about throwing your back out. You can go on hikes and adventures without feeling limited by your body. The mental benefits extend beyond just toughness. 2. Loaded carries teach you patience and the ability to delay gratification. You can't rush them. You have to embrace the discomfort, control your breathing, and trust the process. This builds a type of discipline that shows up in other areas of your life. You become better at sticking with difficult tasks, managing stress, and handling adversity. Let me give you a simple 6-week progression plan you can follow. Week 1, do farmer's walks 3 times per week, 2 sets of 30 seconds with moderate weight. Week 2, increase to 3 sets of 40 seconds. Week 3, bump up to 3 sets of 50 seconds or add slightly more weight. Week 4, try 3 sets of 1 minute or introduce a variation like suitcase carries. Week 5, do 4 sets of 1 minute or experiment with overhead carries. Week 6, try a carry medley or push for longer distances. After 6 weeks of consistent practice, you'll have built a solid foundation of carrying strength. From there, you can continue progressing by going heavier, adding more challenging variations, or increasing your distances. The beauty of loaded carries is you can keep finding new ways to challenge yourself for years. Here's the thing that most people don't understand about loaded walks. They're not just an exercise. They're a movement pattern that humans have been doing for thousands of years. Our ancestors carried food, water, children, tools, and weapons everywhere they went. Our bodies are literally designed for this type of work. When you do loaded carries, you're tapping into something primal and natural. You're training your body to do what it was built to do. Be sure to give loaded walks a serious try in your training. Start light, focus on perfect form, and gradually progress over weeks and months. This isn't an exercise you master in a day. It's a practice you refine over time. But if you stick with it, the changes you'll see in your body, your posture, your strength, and your confidence will be remarkable. Your body will thank you for it.